with another one. Got one fresh off the presses down here from a cop video out of Toledo, Ohio. Okay, out of Toledo, Ohio. Looks like a young lady is being harassed. More than likely, that's probably what it is. Young woman cited for walking in the street. When I see that up there, that lets me know she probably cited for walking in the street. Like, who does that? So just off the title alone, I can tell a woman is being harassed. But first, before we look at this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this video, share it with a friend. Share it with a friend. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Let me make sure I restart it.
Toledo police officers rolled up on the 20-year-old woman and stopped her for walking in the street.
Hey, come here for a second.
Why?
Because you're walking in the roadway.
What do you mean?
There's a sidewalk right there. Stop.
What?
The woman calls her father.
Come down here. The police is messing with me.
Yes.
I'm trying to go to work.
She was feet away from her job.
As you're walking in the street, it's illegal to walk in the street.
She gives them her name and asks,
Why do y'all need my name?
Because you're suspected of a crime.
How?
Okay.
Walking in the street is a crime.
The female officer takes.
Okay, listen to these cops. These cops are playing. Yes, they are harassing her. Yes, but watch how they playing chess. Young lady, don't fall for the trap. If you remember, well, it's been a while since I've done video about like this, but there are three things that I go by, okay? That I learned from a great man, Mr. Neely Fuller, Dr. Neely Fuller, well, Mr. Neely Fuller. Don't fuss, don't fight, don't flee. Okay, that's what the three things you practice when you come encounter with the cops.
Found the woman's information. The woman tells them she's on her way to work.
You are not free to leave right now. You are being stopped.
They grab her to handcuff her, and the female officer says,
It's a civil citation.
police wrote her a ticket because she walked in the roadway when a sidewalk was available. According to the Ohio Revised Code, where a sidewalk is not available, any pedestrian walking along and upon a highway shall walk only on a shoulder as far as practicable from the edge of the roadway. Here on Albion, the sidewalks are all overgrown with weeds. We showed the body cam video to Councilwoman Venice Williams and Councilman John Hobbs.
That's a councilwoman?
The thought of pulling a young lady over to give her a ticket for walking in the street is asinine. I'm disgusted by it. There's actually no way to justify it because there are no sidewalks.
I know some phenomenal community police officers, but this is not an example of community policing.
TBD issued 13 Action News this statement. It reads, "We believe the entire body cam video speaks for itself and respectfully decline to provide further comment."
She was going to work. Here's what community policing is. It is creating a rapport between the citizens and our police officers so that they feel more comfortable in relating to our officers. Very simply, you could have said to this young lady, hey, you could have stated the Ohio Revised Code. You could have stated Toledo, Lucas County, whatever you want, and explain to her the difficulty and why she shouldn't, so that you build a rapport with her. Not only her, she walks away from this situation saying to others the good experience she had with the police.
Instead, the officers handcuffed her, put her in the back of the squad car, and wrote her a citation. The young woman's father came to the scene, and other residents stood by to make sure she was safe.
If you do not want to work with underprivileged people in underprivileged neighborhoods, if you do not want to try to understand the dialogue of this community, then quit, because it is time out for this nonsense. There's no reason this young lady should have been stopped.
Williams and Hobbs says there has to be better communication when officers are patrolling urban neighborhoods.
It's time to stop
how long are these
the
Negroes
folks
gonna
that
talk?
are on the police force, giving it a bad name. And unfortunately, that squad car gave the police a bad name. There was no reason to pull that young lady over.
Toledo police officers rolled up on the 20-year-old woman and stopped her for walking in the street.
Hey, come here for a second.
Why?
Because you're walking in the road.
I'm glad them Negroes is through. Is the council Negroes through talking yet? My God, because all that talking about you need to quit, that's some BS. You on the city council, y'all supposed to have power. You and the mayor, they shouldn't have to quit. They should be fired. Talking about some quitting. They should be fired. Quitting? No, that is misuse of authority. They should be fired. That's what they need to be. Talking about some quitting. Them old well talking, carefully talking ass Negroes up there. No, do your damn job. They need to be fired. They don't need to be quit. Okay? And I give the lady credit. She did two of my 3 F's. My 3 F's is don't fuss, don't fight, don't flee. She fussed, but she didn't fight and she didn't flee. I give her credit for that. But she did fuss because what those soldiers were doing, and we have to call them what they are not police officers. When in that instance, those just flat out race soldiers. What they did was they said they were just letting her talk and kind of pushing her to try to. They were gaslighting her, trying to get her to respond, and then they could come up with some charges of resisting, and then they could come up with some justifiable charges because they didn't have no justifiable charge. As you can see, they look stupid. Thank goodness she didn't fight and she didn't flee, because now they look stupid for arresting her and she can't even go to her job. They arrested her for not walking on the sidewalk. That is the most stupid and asinine thing I ever seen. Some of the most asinine, wasteful charges I ever seen in my life. Now, they up there in Toledo, Ohio. It's plenty of crime going on up there, okay? There's plenty of crime going on up there because I watched this police department personally on the Reels TV show On Patrol Live. And that's another thing. That might be behind some of the reasoning for the police going into the black neighborhood harassing people, see? Because they're trying to get content for the TV show. So that's probably why they were in that neighborhood harassing that young lady any doggone way. And that's another thing, the scrutiny with these cop shows. They might need to get this cop show pulled off like the previous one they had on A&E. They might need to get this show pulled off because it encourages the police to harass people. And when they go harassing people, there's certain people that they tend to harass, which are black people. I'm gonna just flat out say it. But I will give her that. She didn't fight, she didn't flee. She did do the first F, she fussed. And she shouldn't have fussed. She shouldn't have fussed. But, you know, because you gotta play chess with these guys. When they want you to fuss, they want you to fight, they want you to flee. So now they got some charges. See, if they can approach you in this situation, no matter how stupid it is, you just comply. Just comply, and then you'll have your day in court, and with your proof. Just make sure you comply and gather your proof. Gather your evidence. But don't fuss with them to give them easy charges. But this has got to be some of the most stupid and asinine thing I've ever seen in my life. This is ridiculous. And quite frankly, it's sad that a young lady like her, her skin tone, black young lady like her, can't just walk down the street and go to do her job. And worst case scenario, the most severest punishment that young lady should have got was a warning. They should have told her when you're on the street, you need to walk down the sidewalk and not in the street. Okay? That's the one they should have gave her. And even then, they should have allowed her to walk on the side of the street, because as you can see in the video, the sidewalk is full of grass. That sidewalk got Johnson grass up to here. If you don't know what that means, us country folk from the country, Johnson grass is that tall ass grass that make you itch. When you walk down that grass, you get this thing called red bugs. Okay, red bugs, when you get a little red wep on you, down in your groin area because some little red bugs get up in you anyway from that tall Johnson grab. But that ain't got nothing to do with it. The point is, even though they still should allow her to walk in the street because the sidewalk is overgrown. Okay? Either way, this is the city's fault. The city shouldn't allow that grass to get overgrown on that sidewalk like that. The officers work for the city that harassed her. So you got the sidewalk overgrown with grass. That's a city problem. You got neglect from the city. You got officers harassing her. That's a city problem. So it sounds like to me her family got a real good lawsuit. And I hope she sue their ass. Until next time.